apologize. We cannot use the new shrine because we don't have an air conditioner yet, so it's too hot there. So we have to use this one. It's a cooler here. Hopefully next week, hopefully we have the electricity hookup, and then we have air conditioner there. It's a cooler. We want to do there because it's nicer. It's more space, and we say that it's too hot, okay, for all of you. So we do here today, and maybe next week, if the CPS, we have everything ready. Just only the CPS come in to hook up to the meter, and we have electricity. That's all we need, okay? So I welcome all our new friends come here to our temple today. And today I have a Dhamma talk to all of you about the practice Buddhism. Yesterday I have a short talk with one of our young member. Is a Chiming Christopher Bacon about the enthusiasm, about the devotion, the faith, the love to study Buddhism. You know, our teacher, Sakyamuni Buddha, for the love of all of us, he loved us and he sacrificed his life, tried to help everybody, all the sentient beings, with love. And the way he teaches is a wonderful way. Because of now, Buddhism is very profound, pretty difficult, pretty complicated. Some people ask, what is Buddhism? Buddhism is very comprehensive. It's very scientific. You can say it's a religion, yes. It's a physiology, is yes. Way of life, is yes. It's a psychology, is yes. It's everything. If you study more, you find out the beauty of Buddhism. But it's very sophisticated. So what Buddha did, he did this way to help us to study better. He devised many schools, so that way it helps us to study. Some people, when they first practiced Buddhism, they thought, oh, Buddhism, the meditation, sit-down meditation, walking meditation, some meditation. And some people say that without meditation, it's not the practice of Buddhism. It's not true. It's very comprehensive. Meditation and the other form of practice, they are complementary. They help us to practice so we can go to the point we understand better. The goal of the practice of Buddhism is enlightenment. That means you see the reality, you see your true self. But it's difficult. So what Buddha did, and I explain to you. First, the Dhamma talk, the teaching, sometimes very complicated. Buddha used 45 years of his life. Somebody says 49 years, it depends on the school. He taught, and so it's very profound. So what he do, he devised the teaching this way. Somebody do the regular way, meditation, the practice, but he said another way to help the people. He devised one school called Pure Land, or the Amitabha school, to help the patient to study better. What is Amitabha school? It's the way he's so this way. If you have a faith, the intelligent faith, and you aspire to study Buddhism, to practice Buddhism, you join the Amitabha school. What is Amitabha school? It's a Sukhavati. Some people think it's like a paradise. No, it's not a paradise. It's the big school of Buddhism. In the Amitabha school, Amitabha is the teacher. He is the one like equal to Sakyamuni Buddha. Out of love, he has 48 vows. He wants to help the people so they can get the enlightenment, they can get the result. So when you have a faith, you join the Amitabha school. You go in there, you study. They have a 9th grade, first 3 grade like elementary, the 3 one like middle one like high school. The 3 last one is a upper like a higher graded, and you graduate, you get the enlightenment. So step by step, there are 2 ways to practice Buddhism. One way they call a certain way to get enlightenment. It's very difficult. Only the gifted people, they can do it. Very few. And the other one is the step by step, progressive way. That's the Amitabha way to study. And in the Amitabha school, first we have to have the faith. You believe that there is the Amitabha school. You believe in that. And that's the faith. And then you have the wish to practice to do it. And then the practice, the 3 together. So first, aspiration, the faith, and then the desire to do it, and then the practice it. Like, I just tell a simple example. Like people, they aspire to go to Ivy League school, for example, okay? First, they have the wish, they have the strong desire to prepare themselves to go to Ivy League school. To join the Ivy League school is very difficult. You have to be very good student. So to be able to apply for the school, to Ivy League school. So you have to have a wish to join the Amitabha school. When you join the Amitabha school, like when you get accepted in Ivy League school, surely you will graduate. Why they do it? They have the system, the tutoring system, like a brother, big sister system. They tutor you so you graduate. Like on the Ivy League school, they don't let any of their students flunk or drop out. Very rare. Few, they decide to drop out, like Bill Gates, he's very bright. A second year, Harvard, he dropped out because he wanted to go out to open the business, the Microsoft, because he's very smart. He wanted to go out to make money, so he dropped out by himself. But 99.9% they graduate because the system tutor them so they graduate. In the Amitabha school, in the same way, we have Bodhisattva. They are the assistant of Amitabha Buddha. They will help you. So you graduate, you get enlightenment. So in Buddhism, the practice, what the requirement practice is enthusiasm, the motivation, the dedication. Without that, very difficult to study. Last night when I talked to Chiming Christopher Bacon, I tell him, if you have love, you will succeed in the study of Buddhism. I said, I gave the example of my life. All my life, I love my teacher. I love my professor. When I was in elementary school, I love my teacher. The first teacher, I go to a Catholic school, and they call the brother. I remember his name. His name is Boniface. That means pretty face. He helped me unbelievable. I start school very late, 11. I start school because at that time we have war in Vietnam, and I come from a pretty poor family, so I didn't go to school until I'm 11. But when I joined that school, we call it St. Joseph Catholic school, he loved me dearly. He tutored me. I make 6th grade in 1 year. Okay? This is unbelievable. I can't even believe myself. I have a love for him and he loved me. I convert to Catholicism. I love him so much because he helped so much. So my father, because I come from a Buddhist family, so my father pulled me out, put me in a French school. So I'm in 6th grade already. And in 6th grade, I have to pass the national board. In the French system, very funny. Everything you have to have a national board. They have the papers from France, from Paris. They bring to Vietnam. We take the test. They bring back to France. They grade it. And they bring back, they give the result. So my teacher, she's a wonderful teacher. So that day, she didn't let me go out for the break. She kept me inside. She hugged me and she cried. I said, why you cry? He said, son, you flunk. You flunked your test. That means, I have to stay back or they kick me out. So I promised her, I said, next time I will pass it. Because I have 2 sessions. The first session I flunked. I said, the second session I will pass. And I promise with you, from now on, I never flunk. So I keep my promise. And she wanted to bring me to France. And she said she divorced. She have no children. She wanted to be back to France. She adopted me. I said, no, I have my parents, so I don't want to go. But I love that teacher too. I succeed from that time. And so I talked to Jimmy. I talked to Christopher. I said, everything in your study you have to love. You love your teacher. You respect him. And you will succeed. Like when I first came in Buddhism, I met my teacher. He's from Australia. He's a Vietnamese old man. He went to San Antonio. For some reason, I see him. I fell in love with him. It's unbelievable, like a karmic relationship. I get very attached to him. So that time, I didn't know Buddhism that much either. I asked him, may I take the 3 refuge, the 5 precepts? He said, yes. So I took with him. I love him. So I have a successful practice. I'm a medical doctor. I'm very successful practice. I told my office manager, I said, book for me the ticket to go Australia, one-way ticket. She said, one-way ticket? I said, yes. I plan to go there. I studied to be a monk. I didn't come back. She said, are you kidding? He said, I'm not kidding. I'm very serious. So I surprised my family, everything. I do it. When I went to Australia, my teacher, he loved me so much. He's like a father to me. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. He said, why try 1 month? Okay? I don't know if you can do it because, you're educated and you're pretty successful. I don't know, you can be a monk, live a poor life, very simple life, everything. I don't know if you can do it. So try 1 month. I tried. I stayed over a year that. And he said, oh, so now you're a monk. I said, yes, I want to be a monk from now on. That's my life. I just quit everything. I give up everything, become a monk. I tell Jimmy, he said, many white people I know. Last night, Master Quang and me give him a book, the philosopher and the monk. The man, he's a Reincarnation. He's the one man, he has a Nobel Prize for biology in France. He's a scientist, a very brilliant man. He comes from a very high-class family. His father is a philosopher. His father is a professor. His mother an artist. and he became a Tibetan monk. And his father is a practicing Catholic, so they discuss together. It's no argument. So they write the book. The philosopher, that's the father, the monk is him. And the father asked him, why you want to become a monk? He said, I love Buddhism. I want to become a monk. And he became a monk. He been a monk probably about over 50 years already. Very good monk. And I talked to Jimmy too. He said, they have another white monk, American, Sumedo. He went to Thailand. He studied Buddhism, the same thing. Go to monastery, very poor monastery, infested with snake, and very poor hygiene, very poor food. He stayed there for many years. He get the full ordination. Now he back in the U.S. He's about one temple in Massachusetts. Very good monk, very extremely good monk. And I see many monks and nuns in Australia. Australia, Buddhism, very strong religion in Australia. And I see one monk, he's a white man too. He said, I studied in Mongolia. It's so cold, very, very cold. I said, yes, but you stay there and you get ordained, you come back. It's wonderful. So I tell Timing, he said, without the love, you cannot be a monk, okay? You have to love Buddhism. You have to love your teacher. You feel like you have a karmic relationship, I can do it. Nobody do it except yourself, okay? Like in life, if you want to do something, you have to have the aspiration. You have to have a love of Buddhism, the enthusiasm to do it. You cannot do halfway. Or do it or don't do it, okay? Then do halfway. In anything, like a sport, like music, you see like people, they play in the spur. They love basketball. It's not they play for money. They practice. The guy like David Robinson, like Tim Duncan, they have to love basketball to be that category of player. And we say like Michael Jordan, they have to love basketball. Without the love, they cannot be that way. Okay? So that's the love. That's Buddhism. So I talked to Jiming Christopher. I said, I don't influence you. You decide what you want to do in life. That's your life. That's your decision. But do something. Do that way. Do the good way. Then do halfway. And I said, if you practice Buddhism, you have to be serious. Okay? Then, like a kid your age, game, all these things, But if you practice Buddhism, no trivial things should take your time. Like I discussed, Master Quang said, if you want to go further, he still go to school. He still go to college. He still do everything. Because we want monk to be educated. I discussed the Master Quang to my thinking. All the monks at least have a bachelor degree, the minimum at a bachelor degree. It's better have a master degree, go to graduate school. If not, the minimum is at least bachelor degree. You need the secular education and the Buddhist education to complement your education so you can be a good monk. Without the good education, you cannot be a good monk. Because you have to help the people. You have to have a knowledge. You have to have the know-how to do it. In some Oriental temple, there are many monks, they're not educated. I said, yeah, they cannot be, but they never can be Dharma teacher. They never can be abbot because they don't have the know-how to do it. So I talk to my teacher. I said, I don't want to show that people thought I'm arrogant or something. He said, no. I just, for the benefit of the practice, I think monk and nun have to have education. Without the mandatory education, the undergraduate, It's very difficult to be a good monk, a good nun. Okay? Like in Catholic too, all the Catholic fathers, they're highly educated. They go to school. If they get ordained, they are educated. Very educated. So it's necessary. So I talked to Chiming that way. I said, make up your mind. Do what you want to do in life. Do it the good way. Okay? That best way. Make your life meaningful. Okay? Make your life meaningful. You'll be very happy. Like myself, after I quit everything, I feel very happy. Before, I have money, I have everything. I have a name and fame. I've been doctor about 60 years. I practice. I'm professor. I'm professor in my country. I'm professor in this town. I'm professor in the UT Health Center for about 30 years. But I feel very happy after I become a monk. Very fulfilled life. Because that's more meaningful. Because Buddha says this one. The best way to practice Buddhism, to serve your fellow people. It's not the practice, it's not the knowledge, it's not because you're a scholar in Buddhism. That's the way you serve your fellow people. Because Buddha himself, he served the people. He's not famous because he's Buddha. He's famous because he served the people. He truly served the people. He loved his family, but he loved people more than his family. Some people blame, he deserved his wife, his son. No, he didn't deserve them. He loved them, but he loved the people more because he have a universal love. And he loved not only people, he loved all the sentient beings. He loved ecosystem. It's a great life. So Buddhism is a religion of love. So you have to practice that way. Some people ask you, what is Buddhism? Dalai Lama, he answered, he said, religion of kindness. You see, people, they are truly Buddhist, they're very kind. They're very kind. Many people ask me, some people, they stop practicing Buddhism, they become kinder and nicer. I said, yes, because they understand the true value. It's not the name, the fame, it's not the money, it's not the diploma, it's not the piece of paper. It's the value, it's how to serve your fellow people, how to love people, love unconditionally. In Buddhism, we have no discrimination. We have no age discrimination, no skin color discrimination, no gender discrimination, no sex discrimination, gender discrimination, no age discrimination. Everybody are the same. Buddha say one thing, all the people, their blood are red, their tears are salty. We are the same. Okay? So there's no hatred, no discrimination in Buddhism, and no violence either. You see, many religions, they kill on the name of a god, or name something. They kill because they said, okay, they expand their religion by forcing people to believe and by killing them, scare them. You see, it's a karma. Before in the people from France, from Europe, they go to Middle East, they kill, they terrorize the people of the other religion, they spread the religion there. So now the Muslim, they do the same thing. They spread the violence, they try to force people, they make it. So the two religions, very, very, very powerful, Catholicism and Muslim, they have over 2 billion, but they use violence to do it. In Buddhism, we didn't do it. Buddha teaches no violence. Some people, they believe in self-defense. Buddhism, we don't believe that. We believe in karma. Some people get killed. Why they get killed? It may be last life. He killed somebody. They owe that person the life. So now that person take the life back. Okay? They pay it. In Buddhism, you see it in the 11th century, a lot of monks, they get killed, and they destroyed 2 universities. They burned a lot of books and library. Nobody revenge it. Nobody revenge. You see, like Tibet, the Chinese communists take over the country. The country have only 7 million people. They kill 1 million. Dalai Lama never ordered the revenge. They can easily make like a human bomb, like ambush the Chinese, because the Tibetan, they look like a Chinese. They can go easily to Beijing, go assassinate, to kill them, to give them, a lot of problem. No, they didn't do it. They just didn't do it. That's the way Buddhism we believe in. We believe in karma. Something happened because they have a cause and effect. Okay? You make some bad cause, you have a bad effect. Good cause, good effect. The second patriarch of Zen tradition, he's a martial art teacher. He's very good in fencing. When he retire, he go out. He know he get killed. He didn't defend himself. The people around him kill him. People asked, how come you didn't defend yourself? He said, if they saw, he can kill all of them. He said, if I do it, I still owe them. I never pay off my debt. So let them do it, because last life, I did kill them. So this life, they take my life even. So they would never go after me. Like you see in life, if you owe somebody money, if I owe Quang Leon money, I avoid him. I owe him $1,000, I avoid him. But I can't avoid him. I can't just lie to him. I never pay him back, but I still owe him. Until I pay back the $1,000, I'm even. But if I don't pay him, I owe him. So in life, the same thing. So that's the way we believe it. We don't believe in violence. So think a lot of drive-by shooting. Why they shoot, they kill? People sleep at home. Some kid is in the room. Somebody shoot it, boom, 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 kill it. Why didn't kill anybody? Why didn't kill you and me? They kill somebody. That's the karma. That happened. That it's not randomly. It's something have caused that. It happened. Like some people, they get run over by a car. Why you and me don't get run over? Okay? It have to be. You have to use karma to explain it. If you said no, I don't believe that. How about husband and wife? You have 1 million women, 1 million men. Why you choose that woman? Why you choose that man? It have to be some karmic relationship. Why you select that person? You didn't select the other one. There are 1 million women. Many of them very pretty, very attractive. Why don't you take that woman? Why don't you take that man? You take only one. It have to be karma. It have to have a karmic relationship. Okay? Like the children too. You don't choose your children. You don't choose you as a parent too. It have to be a karma in there. Okay? And some people ask about karma, They believe, they said, some people, they are very bad, very successful in life, very successful. Their money, their power, you don't know their last life. Maybe they do something very good, they're a good person. So now have good effect, they become successful. But now they act ugly, they bad. But wait, they end their life, that's not that good. Maybe next life is not that good. Okay? That guy Gaddafi in Libya, okay? He's a terrible guy. But when he died, somebody shoot him in the head, and he begged for his life. He said, dog, he called Gaddafi a dog. He shoot him in the head, kill him. He was very powerful. He killed how many people? He was very powerful, but he died. Died like a dog. Somebody get the gun in the head, call him dog before shoot him. And he begged, he pleased him, he said, I give you a ton of money if you It doesn't kill me. No, they shoot him. So it had to be karma. Because why he cannot protect himself? With the power, the money, the army, he cannot protect himself. He died like a dog. Even we didn't kill our dog, you know. You and me, we didn't kill our dog. We love them. But to see that. And many of them, like Saddam Hussein too. Saddam is a very powerful man. You know, why they hang him? It had to be something. It had to be some karma. Think about that. You cannot explain it. That guy like Saddam Hussein had money, the power, and now they hang him. Okay? So it had to be that. Just think about that. You see, the karma. In Buddhism, we believe in karma, cause and effect. It's not the superstition. It's not that, but it's reality. If you're a good person, you have a good life. And think about everything in life. Like, for example, in school, there's a kid, they're good student. They do their homework, they have good grade, they get promotion. Cause and effect, cause and effect. That's the regular life. So they explain to them that if you drive carefully, defensive driving, you have no accident. If you drive carelessly, you have accident. Cause and effect, cause and effect. Every day in life. So think about that. So we learn a lot from the teaching of our teacher, Sakyamuni Buddha. So in Buddhism, practice with sincerity, with devotion. If you love it, because Buddhism what it teach you the way of life. Buddha never promised you, he never asked you to bow to him, because we don't practice idolatry. Okay, we bow to him our respect. Like Chí Minh, he bowed to me, I have bowed back to him. That's a mutual respect. I doesn't mean because he's younger than me and I don't respect him. I do respect him. He respects me. I respect him. Mutual respect. So that's the Buddhism. We learn it. We learn it. It was not, oh, I bow to Buddha. He blessed me. I bow to Buddha. No, he did not bless you. He doesn't bless you. You bless yourself. Because that you get a good action. You have good effect. You do that to yourself. He's just a teacher. He teaches us how to practice, how to live a meaningful life. He never promised you bow to me like other religions. He said, you believe in me, you save, you go to heaven. You don't believe me, you go to hell. Buddha never said that. Buddha, hell or paradise, it's you. If you have a good life, you live in paradise. A peaceful life. If you have a terrible life, you live in hell right now. So it's up, everything in your hand. Self-control, self-dependence, self-reliance. You don't depend on anybody. Just live and believe in the karma that's cause and effect. If you believe in that, your life is a very, very good life. Okay? And prepare, you do good, you will have a good life. So the practice of Buddhism, Buddha say one thing very simple. Do not do bad, do good, and tame your mind. Because everything in your mind, Buddhism is a religion of mind. Mind-centered religion. Everything in your mind. Your mind is good, the surrounding, the ecosystem is good. You condition the outside with your mind. Human mind is very good. Okay? So use your mind. So do good, do not do bad, tame your mind. That's the practice of Buddhism. That's the best thing to do it. That's my talk today about the love, about the enthusiasm. And just think about that. Nobody forces you to do anything. You do it to yourself. Okay? Buddha never promised you anything, never forced you to do anything. He didn't force you to believe in him. He said, out of respect for me, don't believe what I said. Use your intelligence to evaluate it, to analyze it, to see it makes sense to you. It makes sense to you. It's ethical, you believe it. Unethical, reject it. Even anybody talk to you, unethical, amoral, immoral, don't believe it. Like you never hear it. If ethical, you believe it. You accept it. But you accept it. Then accept face value. Use your intelligence to study more, to enlarge your knowledge, and then you assimilate it. After you assimilate it, practice it. Because if you know, you don't practice, they waste your time. They say this one, practice without studying, it becomes like sometimes superstition, okay? Somebody that say, you just bow, you just do that, it becomes superstition. Ritual, nothing, the form, nothing, the substance more important. But if you study without practice, it's a waste of time too. You carry a lot of big bag in the back with a lot of book, it breaks your back. No use it. So study and practice go together, hand in hand. Practice it. That's the best thing to do. Practice, study, and practice it. That's my talk today about the practice Buddhism. If anybody have any question, I try to answer your question. Yes.
So I have a question about what you spoke of, that if you did something bad in your past life, you pay for it, right? Because you always owe that. What happens once that is paid back? I mean, there's reincarnation after that?
I didn't hear clearly because what did he say?
So you said about when somebody does something bad and you will owe that. So something bad because of karma happens to that person, right?
Yes.
So after that, is there a reincarnation for that person? Are we always evolving in reincarnation?
Yeah, it's not the reincarnation like we believe it in the simplest way. Our concept is one. Life is cyclic existence life. You go one form of life to another life. It depends on your karma. If you have a good karma, if you do something good this life, your next life will be better, okay? That's the cause and effect, okay? It's not just go like passively. It is very positive, okay? You do something good, you will have a good result. You reward yourself, okay? It's not something like something bad happened to you. It may be in the past you do something not good, so now you have the bad effect. Like I told you, some people you see around right now, they're awful people. They're ugly, they're cruel, but they're rich, they're powerful. You said, why? He's unfair, he's ugly, he's bad, and he has a successful life. But you didn't know that his past life, maybe he had very good life before. He do a lot of good things. So now this life, he had that success, but now he's ugly. So wait later in life. Maybe when he get older, something happened to him. Maybe not happen to him, maybe next life, he be horrible life. Like I give an example of like Gaddafi, okay? Like Saddam Hussein. Why it happened? Like Marcos Philippines. He stole 12 billion. He died in California, in Hawaii, on dialysis, and he want to go back to Philippines to die in the Philippines. They refused. They said, no, you cannot go back to Philippines to die. Even he's there, 12 billion. He died on dialysis, and he want to go back to Philippines to die. No, he cannot. They refuse it. So that's karma. Okay? Why he is so powerful? Yeah, he have in his hand 12 billion. 12 billion a long time ago. We probably now is 24 billion. But his life is a horrible life. See? So that have to be karma. You see it? That's the example you see it. Okay? So just think about that. You think about that, you experience. Sometimes if I tell you, you don't believe it, but you can experience. You see a lot of people, like some good people, you see so good, they have terrible life. They're poor, they have all kind of problems. But you didn't know that. Maybe last life, he's not that good. But this life, he's good now. But you can wait later. They can have better life. Or next life, a better life. I tell you one example. One lady from Bangladesh, her name Deepa Ma, okay? She comes from a very poor family. And no education. And they have arranged marriage. So they arranged to make her get married at age 12. And luckily, she married a guy double her age. But he's a good husband. He's an engineer, good husband. And she cannot have a baby. For about 20 years, she cannot have a baby. And in Oriental society, they believe you be a woman, you have to have a baby. You don't have a baby, something wrong, yeah. So luckily, after that, she gets pregnant. But she gets pregnant, she has abortion. She miscarriage. And she gets very depressed. And then she gets again, have a baby. And this time, she keeps the baby. But her husband died young because he died. And she's very poor, very bad health. She's bedridden. So, everything that happened to her. But luckily, she studied Buddhism. And somebody teach her how to meditate. She meditated. She helped herself. She get back her health. She become very healthy after that. And she become a famous teacher in meditation. And she have a power. She have power. She can appear in 2 places one time. She goes through the world. But she's very good. She like Buddha. She said she didn't abuse her power. They call it siddhi. She said, if I use my power that, the people become superstitious. They didn't practice it. She stopped it. And she become very famous teacher. She teach a lot of American in this country. She went everywhere. She died at age 79. And she become good. So just by practicing, she changed her life. Become a poor lady. She never get rich. She never charged anybody teaching. And her daughter become a good person. She have good health. And she help a lot of people. And from poor lady, poor health, everything, become better health and live a health and helping a lot of people. Her name is Deepa Ma. You can get in the online, you can read about her life. Deepa Ma, D-I-P-P-A-M-A. Ma, that means mother, because she's the mother of Deepa. So they call her Deepa Ma. She's very famous. It's real. She's died not long ago. Okay? And it's a very, very famous lady. Very successful lady by practicing Buddhism. She changed her life completely from bad to become good and always serve the people. She never take advantage of her success. People can use it like a lot of people in India. They become guru. They sell tape. You go to study with me. I give certificate. I charge you $1,500. Like I have one of my member before. She go to get a certificate for $1,500. I said, that paper help you? You just waste your money. And the people, they sell you the certificate, they take advantage of you. They sell Buddhism. Buddhism is not for sale, okay? If somebody teach you, charge you the money, and give certificate, that's a quackery. Buddha never charged anybody. And true teacher never charged anybody. Okay? So that's the karma. You see, go to look at Deepa Ma, okay? Look at that and you see it. It's real, okay? Any other question? Okay. If you have no question, we transfer the merit, we go chanting. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Any positive karmic action we accomplished today, you want to transfer to everybody and wish them the alignment. Inviting the bell.
Be speech and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Listen, listen, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true home.
Incense offering. In
gratitude we offer this incense to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time. May it be fragrant as earth herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home.
Opening first.
Incense in the censer now is burning. All the Dharma realm inauspicious clouds appear. Our sincere intention thus fulfilling, as all Buddhas now show their perfect body. Homage to the incense cloud canopy Bodhisattva and great Bodhisattva.
Now we bow together. First is for bowing.
Homage to the eternally abiding Buddhas, the supreme Dharma and sagely Sangha throughout the Dharma realm and the realm of empty space and 3 periods of time. To the fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya, honored future Buddha, Manjushri, great wisdom Bodhisattva, universal great conduct Bodhisattva, all Dharma guarding Deva Bodhisattvas, and the glorious mountain assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. To Amitabha Buddha in the land of ultimate Avalokiteshvara, great compassion Bodhisattva, great strength Bodhisattva, earth stored great vow Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure sea light Bodhisattvas.
Please sit down. The great compassion mantra. Nam
More great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo Ratnatrayaya. Namo Aryahavalo. Bodhisattvaya, Mahasattvaya, Mahakarunikaya, Om Sarvaravaye, Sudanadasya, Namaskritva Himamarya, Valokiteshvara Ramdava, Namo Narakindi, Hri Mahavaswami, Sarvarhatu Shubham, Ajiyam, Sarvasattva Namo Vastava Namo Vakamavitatu, Tadyatha, Om Havaloke Lokate, Karati, Ishiri, Mahabodhisattva, Sarva Sarva, Mala Mala, Mahi Mahiridayam, Koro Koro Karmam, Doro Doro Vijate, Mahavijate, Dara Dara, Dirini Shvaraya, Chala Chala, Mama Vimala, Muktalehi, Shina Shina, Arsham Prashari, Vishva Vishvam Prashaya, Holo Holo Mara, Holo Holo Hri, Sara Sara, Siri Siri, Soro Soro, Bodhiya Bodhiya, Bodhaya Bodhaya, Maitreya Narakindi, Drishaninam, Vayamanam, Swaha Siddhaya, Swaha Mahasiddhaya, Swaha Siddhayoge, Shvaraya, Swaha Narakindi, Swaha Maranara, Swaha Sira Simha Mukaya, Swaha Sarva Mahasteya, Swaha Chakra Astaya, Swaha Padma Kastaya, Swaha Narakindi Vagalaya, Swaha Mavari Sankaraya, Swaha Namo Ratnatrayaya, Namo Arya Okiti Shavaraya, Swaha Om Siddhyanto, Mantra Padaya Swaha. Body is bringing morning light in concentration. My heart is at peace. A half smile is born on my lips. This is a new day, and I vow to go through it and mindful. The sun of wisdom has risen, shining in every direction. Noble Sangha diligent, bring your mind into meditation. Namo Shakyamuni Bodhisattva. Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya.
Verse is from opening the sutra.
Unsurpassed, profound, and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. One who bows and the one who is bowed to are both by nature empty. Therefore the communication between is inexpressibly perfect. Our practice center is the net of Indra, reflecting all Buddhas everywhere, as my own purse reflects in all Buddhas, to whom with my whole life I go for refuge. Ring light in the 10 directions, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, to whom we bow in gratitude. And living the way of awareness in the very midst of suffering and confusion, Shakyamuni Buddha, the awakened one, to whom we bow in gratitude. Through ignorance awakening our hearts and our minds, Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of great understanding, to whom we bow in gratitude. Fully working joyfully for the sake of all beings, Samantabhadra, the Bodhisattva of great action, to whom we bow in gratitude. To suffering, serving beings in countless ways, Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of great compassion, to whom we bow in gratitude. Awakening and loving kindness in children, sprouts, and all beings, Maitreya, the Buddha to be born, to whom we bow in gratitude. The way fearlessly and compassionately, the stream of all our ancestral teachers, to whom we bow in gratitude. Dharma is deep and lovely. We now have a chance to see it and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning. Bodhisattva Avalokita, while moving in the deep course of Prajna Paramita, shed light on the 5 skandhas and found them equally empty. After this He overcame ill-being, listen, Shariputra, form is emptiness, emptiness is form, form is not other than emptiness, emptiness is not other than form, the same is true with feeling, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness, listen, Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness, they are neither produced nor destroyed, neither defiled nor immaculate, neither increasing nor decreasing, therefore in emptiness there is neither form nor feelings, no perceptions nor mental formations nor conscious, no eye or ear or nose or tongue or body or mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realms of elements, no interdependent origins, and no extinction of, no ill-being, no cause of ill-being, no end of ill-being, and no path, no understanding, no attainment, because there is no attainment, the Bodhisattva, ground in prajna paramita, find no obstacles for their minds, having no obstacles they overcome fear, liberating them forever from illusion and realizing perfect nirvana. All Buddhas in the past, present, and future arrive at Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore one should know that perfect understanding is the highest mantra, the unequaled mantra, the destroyer of ill-being, the incorruptible truth, the mantra of prajna paramita should therefore be gate gate para samgate bodhi swaha gate para samgate bodhi swaha gate para samgate bodhi swaha. Invoke your name, Avalokiteshvara. We aspire to learn your way of listening in order to help relieve the suffering in the world. You know how to listen in order to understand. We invoke your name in order to practice listening with all our attention and open-heartedness. We will sit and listen without any prejudice. We will sit and listen without judging or reacting. We will sit and listen in order to understand. We will sit and listen so attentive that we will be able to hear what the other person is saying and also what is being left unsaid. We know that just by listening deeply we already alleviate a great deal of pain and suffering in the other person. Invoke your name, Manjushri. We aspire to learn your way, which is to be still and to look deeply into the heart things and into the hearts of people. We will look with all our attention and open-heartedness. We will look with unprejudiced eyes. We will without judging or reacting. We will look deeply be, so that we will be able to see and understand the roots of suffering through the impermanent and selfless nature of all that is. We will practice your way of using the sword of understanding to cut through the bonds of suffering, thus freeing ourselves and other species. Invoke your name, Samanta Bhadra. We aspire to practice your vow to act with the eyes and heart of compassion, to bring joy to one person in the morning and to ease the pain of one person in the afternoon. We know that the happiness of all is our own happiness, and we aspire to practice joy on the path of service. We know that every word, every look, every action, and every smile can bring happiness to all. We know that if we practice wholeheartedly, we ourselves may become an inexhaustible source of peace and joy for our loved ones and for all species. Invoke your name, Shittigarbha. We aspire to learn your way of being present where there is darkness, suffering, oppression, and so we can bring light, hope, relief, and liberation to those places. We are determined not to forget about or abandon those in desperate situations. We will do our best to establish contact with those who cannot find a way out of their suffering, those whose cries for help, justice, equality, and human rights are not being heard. We know that hell can be found in many places on. We will do our best not to contribute to creating more hells on earth and to help transform the hells that already exist. We will practice in order to realize the qualities of perseverance and stability, so that like the earth we can always be supportive and faithful to those in need.
We found together the three refuges.
Take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. In the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty in the world. Dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light that supports me, keeping my practice free of obstruction. their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love, taking refuge in the Dharma. In myself I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and walk together on the path of liberation, taking refuge in the Sangha. In myself I aspire to help all people build fourfold community, to embrace all beings and support their transformation. Reciting the sutras, practicing the way of awareness gives rise to benefits without limits. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support along the